Who's giving you food stamps? You don't have your child with you. Those food stamps are for your child.
You're like, hey, I'm using my daughter. Or
You are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're living off of your daughter. I don't know what you don't understand about that. I think she's probably going to end up with another criminal case. So how are you supporting yourself?
Some people, I've been blessed with people in my life that have helped me out.
So your daughter is working. You are not working, and you're living off of her. You're living off of her. And honestly, you're living off of taxpayers. Explain to the court how breaking someone's mirror, destroying their car, results in you getting child support. Tell the truth, shame the devil. All right, is there anything you wish to say?
No.
All right, do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages and how many do you have?
I have one. She's gonna be 7 on Wednesday.
And where is she now?
She's with my brother-in-law.
All right, so you don't have custody of her.
I do have custody, but she's staying there for now.
All right, if you drug tested today, what are the results going to be? And before you answer, note that you will give me a drug test today.
Okay.
So what are the results going to be?
Come on, Daddy.
Dirty for what?
We.
And what else?
That's it.
All right, well, we're going to check on that. Can I get a UA? And we'll come back. And so that will be done today. So do you still wish to stick with just weed?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, we'll come back. All right, could I see the parties on the jury trial matter? All right, we're back on the record in 2023 CR 2906, State of Texas versus Sonia Summer Moonuse. All right, so what did you test positive for? And you want to go back to I only use marijuana with me?
No. I can order for meth, marijuana, and
I'm sorry. Can you speak up and could you uncross your arms? You're not a little girl. We're not in a classroom. You are in a felony court
Yes, ma'am.
where you could potentially go to prison. So what are you been using?
meth and marijuana.
When's the last time you used meth?
Maybe like 2 days ago.
No, it's more than 2 days ago. How often are you using?
I just got out of jail, so I haven't been using that often.
Well, I mean, you went straight from jail to use meth. Don't give me attitude.
I'm not.
You've been dishonest with the court. You made them waste of, you think UAs just are free? You made them waste a UA telling me that you're going to be positive for marijuana only when I knew it was not going to be the case. And now you're positive for meth, amphetamines, and marijuana. So who are you using with? Are you using by yourself in a dark room? Or are you using with some boyfriend? Who are you using with?
No, actually where I'm staying at.
And where is that?
With a friend.
Who is this friend?
Her name is Natasha.
All right. I like the way you make up names. I can't believe anything you're telling me now because you were dishonest about the drug use.
It's the only place I have to stay at right now. So I mean, they use and it was tempting.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to want a TAP evaluation ASAP, please. Are you employed?
No,
So how are you supporting yourself?
I'm not.
So who's supporting you?
Nobody.
Well, what are you eating other than drugs?
I have food stamps.
I'm sorry, what?
I have food stamps.
Who's giving you food stamps? You don't have your child with you. Those food stamps are for your child.
Yes, ma'am. I just recently applied and I got approved for emergency food stamps.
I cannot understand a word
I
you're saying.
applied and I got approved for emergency food stamps.
I know people who really should have food stamps that don't get approved. So you don't have your child with you. You're using meth. You're probably selling your food stamps for meth. And this is a tampering with a government record. So I don't even know if you obtain your food stamps legitimately. So what did you tell them in order to get food stamps? Because you don't qualify.
Okay.
I think she's probably going to end up with another criminal case.
Yes.
Because I don't know of the government giving out food stamps to people who won't work. There's nothing wrong with you. You don't have your child with you. Somebody else is taking care of your child. Oh, no, not for me. Thank you.
I have to look for work. It's like one of the conditions that they gave me in order to get food stamps. So I'm supposed to be going to the workforce.
Well, you're obviously doing a poor job of it, but I tell you what, you're in this court, you're going to have employment. I'm not going to, the length of probation is outside the agreement. So it's going to be more than 4 years in this court because she has a lot of work that needs to be done to, I don't know why you're giving me the attitude.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm sorry.
Yes, you are. Either that or it's because you're high. I don't know which one it is, but you're giving me attitude, and that attitude will most likely be readjusted by me at the Bexar County Jail. So I don't know if your attorney told you this, but I can send you to the Bexar County Jail as a condition of this probation, and I can also send you to the state jail facility as a condition of this probation for attitude readjustment. Do you want that?
No.
All right, so I'm going to sentence her to 6 years deferred adjudication. You're getting a job, and there are plenty of jobs that are available. You're going to knock your pride aside, and if you're going to be flipping burgers at McDonald's or working on fries, you're going to be the best fry person you can be until you move up. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
How far did you go in school?
Ninth grade.
Ninth grade. Why did you drop out?
I have a problems at home.
What were these problems? You using drugs?
No, not necessarily, just like things that were going on with my mom's marriage and everything else.
Mhm. And what's that tattoo on your neck?
And it says only the strong survive.
All right. People love to put down sayings on their bodies because they can't remember them. All right, it's going to be a $1,500 fine probated. Proof of employment. And it's going to be proof of full-time employment within 15 days. If you have to get 2 part-time jobs, you will get 2 part-time jobs for the court. Full-time employment is at least 40 hours a week. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Has Child Protective Services been in your life?
Yes.
And so were your rights terminated? What happened to your parental rights?
I still have my rights, but I just don't have my daughter. My family disagreed to take care of me until take care of my daughter until I get back on my feet.
Parenting classes, and I want intensive parenting classes. There's to be 150 hours of community service restitution that will not be waived. She has to do those. You're either going to get your GED or either you're going to get some sort of trade certificate. Take in consideration 2023 CR 2907, County Court Cause number 667-964, 685-144, 70047. I'm going to want a referral to felony drug court, TAP evaluation. If she's not accepted in felony drug court, we'll start with intensive outpatient treatment with probation. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. The UA hotline, and she's to be tested once a week. Make sure the levels are going down. If the levels start going up, issue a motion to revoke. And I'm going to want field visits 1 time per week until further notice. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Oh, I'm sorry, 1 time per month. Probation would have got a shock.
That'll be all.
Anything else you need from the court to be successful? Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
We can go off the record. So that tattoo you have about only the strong will survive, that's the mode that your child is being in. And your child should not be in that. Her parents should not be using drugs. Her parents should get her life together, and somebody else should not be raising your child. And you just 100% living off the government, that's not going to happen in this court. You get another job. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you got those food stamps illegally, you better turn them in, because your counsel can tell you what the government does. They wait till your food stamps, when you take those monies from the government and you shouldn't have it, they wait till it becomes a felony. Then they turn it in. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
And this was my concern. How are you financially supporting yourself?
I get Social Security for my daughter.
Well, I mean, that's support for her specifically. That's not supposed to be for you using.
It covers like, because we get Section 8 and we get food stamps, and that's how I've been living from her for the past 8 years. Because she was gonna be 9.
Okay, I'm sorry. Could everyone please whisper? And I'm sorry, could you speak
Sorry.
up?
And she's gonna be 9, so I've been a full-time parent since then. I have little jobs here and there, but it's been difficult. And sometimes I can't hold them. I have too many appointments for her. They're
What
randomly,
appointments do you
and
have
then
for
I
her?
my own as well.
What appointments do you have for her?
For her, we're supposed to be back on PT, OT. We have physical therapy. I'm supposed to give her a behavioral. I haven't done it because it's just so much. And then plus I've been feeling sick myself when we came last time, I had the mask on my neck still. And I'm supposed to see a doctor coming up this February.
When is she going to school?
She does go to school.
All right, so why don't you have a job while she's at school?
Because if she gets sick, and especially during this COVID time, I lost a job because of that. I had a job last year and I lost it because we had to stay home for 14 days. She has a real immune system. She's Down syndrome. So
Well, here's the thing. I understand your issues. I understand the situation. I understand that you want to care for your daughter. But I also understand that your sole source of support financially is not supposed to be your daughter's Social Security. You're going to have to get a job. And if you get a job and you lose a job, then you get the job and you lose the job for your daughter. But you need to start working because you're living off of your daughter's income. That's not right.
and that's not intentional either, Your Honor.
Well, I mean, you're going to have to correct that. You're going to have to get a job. And honestly, when you go in for a job interview, you need to inform them up front that my daughter's special needs, I may have to leave sometime. And normally employers will allow that. If you provide proof, you just can't say, well, I'm leaving because of this. I mean, there are plenty of times people in this court have emergencies with their children. And honestly, there are times in this court where the staff will tell me, my child has a soccer game. Can I leave early? I'm like, yes, you can. Go cheer on your child at the long soccer game. Because how long do those games last? Because I think with children now, they do something silly where you have like 4 games in one day or something.
Like tournaments.
Yes. So you got to get employment. You can't just be living off your daughter's Social Security.
It's not a plan that I wanted. It's
No.
very difficult. Like, I do it by myself. I don't mean to be upset, but I mean, if she gets sick, I'm able to go get her or be
Oh,
there
yeah.
for her.
Here's the thing. If
But
you're
I've
at
lost
work,
jobs
if
because
you're
of
at
that.
work and your daughter gets sick, you tell your employer, I just got a notice, my daughter's sick, I'm going to have to leave. And when you leave to go get your daughter, if they fire you, then who knows? Maybe you can get a civil attorney, maybe not. Maybe the civil attorney will tell you, yeah, you don't have a case. This is Texas. Or maybe they will tell you you do have a case. But if you lose your job, you lose your job. You can't depend on your child's check that's supposed to be for her specifically to financially support you. I mean, you tell me you're on Section 8, which means that the rent or whatever you're paying is much less than other people who are not. Then, so you're using your daughter's income for your housing, you're using her income for food, you're using her income for clothes, you're using her income for gas. If you're putting gas in your vehicle, if you have a vehicle, you're using her income for your car note. If you have a car note, you're using her income for your utilities. She is financially supporting you. And what I can tell you is there was a time, I think it was, I'm aging myself again. I want to say it's Jerry Coogan, who was a child actor in, I don't know, like the 40s or whatever time he was. And he ended up broke. And you know why he ended up broke? Because his parents were living off him and he was the sole supporter for his family. Your daughter should not be the sole source of financial support for you. So you're going to have to get a job and I'm requiring you to get a job. And if you end up getting fired from that job, then you get fired from that job and you're going to search for another one because your sole source of income should not be your daughter. You understand? How old is your daughter? She's 8 years old. And the fact that you're using her money specifically for you to live off on, guess what? It's like your daughter is going to work to support you.
It's not like that, Judge Boyd. I had a job before. I lost a job. I tried to get a job again.
Mhm.
When you do call centers or try to work from home, I'm trying. I have looked for jobs. I have put Indeed, I put everywhere so I can work from home. What makes you think, and sorry, no disrespect, but what makes you think that I want to live off of 800 and something dollars a month when my car note is covering that and my rent? It is exhausting, and trying to be there mentally and physically for my daughter and all her appointments. I have put that on hold, which I'm not supposed to. And everything else in her loaning system has just been a headache for me. I do this alone. I don't ask anybody for help. I don't ask for any extra.
Is her father
finances.
alive?
No, not alive. He's not around. He said he
Well-
didn't want a retarded daughter.
All right, so here's the thing, and this is what I try to tell everybody. We choose our partners in life. We decide to have children and we choose the partner that we're going to have a child with, usually, normally. So you chose him. And guess what? I'm not your civil attorney, but you walk straight over to civil court and you file documents to have him put on child support.
And he has not paid.
Well, then you need to go do an enforcement and you need to get an attorney to do that. But I want you to hear me clearly. I understand your issues. I do. But it doesn't change the fact that you are living off of your child. You're living off of her income. You need to get a job. That's the way it's, you got to get a job. That's the way it has to be, because you can't live off your daughter's income. Your daughter, even though she's getting Social Security, it's as though your daughter is working. You are not working. And you're living off of her. You're living off of her. And honestly, you're living off of taxpayers because you're in Section 8. How much is your rent?
138 is going up.
Okay, so it's $138. How much should it really be though? I've had people come before me, their rent is $27 when it really should be $1,500. Everybody else in here, and not everybody, because I don't know everybody's situation, but I know everyone who is in the well of the court, they're not paying $138. I would love to pay $138 for our place. I would be living like a queen, traveling every single day because it's only $138. So here's the thing. You have got to get a job. End of story. You can't live off your child. And if there's a call center you can work for, then work for it. If you can work at McDonald's, then work at McDonald's. But I am not going to allow you to live off your daughter. And you're here for a driving while intoxicated case that was reduced to a misdemeanor. So the fact that you had alcohol, guess what? Your daughter paid for you to have alcohol. And I know your daughter's not drinking. So you took part of her Social Security money to pay for alcohol.
I didn't pay to use alcohol.
Did somebody buy you that drink?
Yes, ma'am. It was my birthday time.
Who bought you the drink?
My friend Val.
All right, so you're out drinking, enjoying your life. And was your daughter with you when you were drinking?
Yes, ma'am. It was just a dinner.
So there we are. But you're going to get a job. Everybody in here is required to have employment. You cannot continue to live off your daughter. And you need to stay in touch with probation because I'm not even asking you to pay your fees. And it shows here that you have a net income of $540. That means that something needs to be cut out. I don't know if it's the cable TV. I don't know if you have cable, but you need to get a job. End of story.
It's my car.
All right, you need to get a job. All right. So she's going to be required to get employment.
And when is my probation end?
You're going to get employment. And here's the thing. If your probation needs to be extended, it will be, but you're getting employment before you leave this court. Part of completing probation successfully is having employment. Now, if you don't want to be on probation, if you want to, you can find someone who you trust to take care of your daughter, and we can send you to the Bexar County Jail and you can do your time at the jail. But you will have employment in this court. Otherwise, a motion to revoke is going to be filed, and you could potentially be at the Bexar County Jail for 180 days. It's completely up to you, but I require everyone to have employment. And again, she's not to have employment as a home health care provider or with minors. And I'm going to want an update on her employment by February the 1st. Let me see.
May I say something, Your Honor?
Sure.
I just don't want you to think like I'm using my daughter. That's not what it is. I was employed. I haven't been employed since last year, and I haven't found a job. I have been looking, and
Well, if you have not been employed since last year, 1 month last year, when's the last time you?
February.
February.
Yes, ma'am.
So that means that you were not employed March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. You have not been working for 10 months. So you've been living off your daughter for 10 months, and I'm not going to continue to allow it. You're getting a job.
And with all respect, yes, ma'am, I understand that. But I don't feel like, hey, I'm using my daughter or.
You are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're living off of your daughter. I don't know what you don't understand about that. Your rent, your daughter is paying your rent. You're not. Your utilities, your daughter is paying your utilities.
I am
The
her
gas,
provider.
you're not providing for her. The government is providing for her through her
I
SSI.
am her caretaker. I take care of her.
You're not doing a good job because you are living off of her.
How am I not doing a good job?
You're
She's
living
not
off your
taking
daughter
care of me.
financially. Here's the thing. If SSI were not to give your daughter any money, if you didn't have your daughter, you would not be getting Section 8 housing. You would not be living at the place you're living for $138. And it's probably, how many bedrooms is it?
It's two.
It's 2 bedrooms. How many bathrooms is it?
Two.
All right, it's 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom. I can tell you right now, I know without even looking at your place, that place is more than $138. And the reason why you're getting it for $138 is because of your daughter. So the taxpayers are picking up the tab on what you really should be paying for that. So you can thank your daughter for that. The utilities, if you have to pay utilities, your daughter is paying that, not you. The gas you put in your car, your daughter is paying that, not you. The groceries on your table, you say you get food stamps, the taxpayers are paying that. And anything extra that's not covered for food stamps, your daughter is paying that. So yes, you are living off of your daughter. You're not bringing anything financially to the table. And I'm going to say it for the last time. You are getting employment. You will have employment by February 2nd. If you do not, a motion to revoke will be filed. And you could be looking at 180 days in the Bexar County Jail. Thank you. All right, Ms. Garcia, why are you damaging people's vehicles because they haven't paid their child support? Explain to the court how breaking someone's mirror, destroying their car, results in you getting child support.
It has no excuse.
So was this really about child support or was this about something else? Tell the truth, shame the devil.
He hasn't paid child support in a long time, and he was supposed to just pick up my daughter and leave. And he was picking an argument and trying to ask her clothes after he hasn't paid anything. And he was just picking my buttons. So,
well, see, this is the thing. All of these people that people are having children with, these are people that you're choosing. So the fact that he's not paying child support, you can't tell the court that this is the first time you envision that if you were to have a child with him, that he wouldn't be paying child support. Because honestly, the way he is now, without not providing support, I'm sure that's the way he has been throughout the relationship. So these are people that people are choosing to be the father of their children. Do you have a job?
no, ma'am.
How are you planning on paying this $2,000 and $265?
I am in a relationship, a 5-year relationship. My boyfriend works. He has a construction. He works for construction. He works on his own. So,
Okay, so again, You're in a situation where you're dependent on other people to provide support.
I have 5 kids. I stay at home.
Again, you're in a position where you're dependent on other people to provide support for you. So the only income that you receive is from this person that you're living with. Do you receive income from anywhere else?
No,
So no income from the government at all?
no.
No food stamps, no WIC, none of that?
Yes, my kids get food stamps.
All right, so you are receiving funding then from the
Yeah.
government, which means that people who work are helping to support your 5 children because you are not financially supporting them. If people want to have 5 children, 6 children, 10 children, 19 children, however many children you want to have, I think people have a right to do that. But by the same token, people should start supporting their own children. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
This is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to a $0 fine, restitution of $2,265 to Jarby Garcia, no harmful or injurious contact with Jarby Garcia, 2 years deferred adjudication. You're going to go to work. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or any employment involving minors. Anger management, parenting classes, regular reporting in person or Zoom. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
I'm gonna be clean.
All right, we're going to do a UA today. If negative, then regular UAs thereafter. If she's positive, I'm going to want the UA hotline. 80 hours of community service restitution. How far did you go in school?
Not too far.
What does that mean?
High school,
What grade?
9.
All right. I'll waive the community service hours, but she's either getting a GED or some trade school. Rebecca, is there anything else she needs?
No, ma'am.
All right, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? Ms. Garcia, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful on this deferred?
No, ma'am.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you don't have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. And off the record, if you're receiving food stamps and you have this boyfriend that you're not telling the government that's living with you and bringing money into their household, you may find yourself having a case filed against you by the government for you receiving food stamps when you should not be receiving it. I'm going to send you to a breakout room, to the courtroom. If you could go to breakout room number 1. Because when I don't hear people's voices on a daily basis and people say, it's me, I don't know who it is. All right, Ms. Brew Baker, how old are you?
I'm 30.
Do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
He's 9 years old. I only have one.
And where is he living?
With me?
Is Child Protective Services involved?
No, ma'am.
If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be? And no, before you answer me, know that you are going to be drug tested today. So here's the thing. You need to be honest with me.
Okay.
So what are you going to be positive for?
Marijuana?
And what else?
That's it.
We're not here for marijuana. So what else will you be positive for? And let me explain something to you. This is what always happens. And I used to be an attorney in treatment courts. People will pray to their higher power that they will. Are you busy with something else?
No,
Am I
ma'am.
interfering with your time? So people will pray to their higher power, whoever that may be, that they will turn out negative when they go drug test. Sometimes your higher power will be like, okay, I'm going to let you test negative because you're telling me you're never going to use again. But sometimes your higher power, the answer is no, you're going to test exactly the way you are. If you're dirty, you're going to test dirty. If you're not, you're going to test clean.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
are you still saying that you are going to be positive only for marijuana?
I may be dirty for methamphetamines. I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah. So somebody want to explain to me why someone who's using marijuana and methamphetamine, Child Protective Services is not involved? I don't have the answer to that, but this is what we're going to do.
She,
Who lives with you?
my dad and my mom.
All right, because I read the police report and your father or someone in your household called the police because you and your boyfriend were outside the house doing drugs. So
My
even
dad-
though you're living at your house, what's going on is you're not being a mother to your child. Your grandparents are being a mother to and a father to a child when they thought they were done raising children. So Ms. Levinstein,
I actually came back to live with my parents. I haven't been here since I was 14. I moved out when I was 14. So I barely came back.
so why
I've
did
been
you
taking care of my
move
child
out?
on my own.
Why did you move out at 14?
Because I met my baby's dad.
So that
My
means that
brother
you didn't
passed
want to
away.
follow rules, so you moved out of the household.
My
And
brother
now you're
committed
back.
suicide.
Now you're back in a household and you're using drugs. Are you employed?
No, ma'am, not right now.
So how are you supporting yourself?
My parents are helping me.
Nope, they're supporting you. How are you supporting your 9-year-old?
My parents are helping me.
No,
I'm
your parents are
government
supporting your 9-year-old.
I'm government assisted. I get food stamps and I'm looking to be on housing.
So not
Yeah,
only are
parents
your
are-
parents supporting you and supporting your child, but now you're telling us everybody who has a job and is a taxpayer is supporting you and your child as well.
No, ma'am.
That's where food stamps, you know where food stamps just don't rain from the sky. You know where they come from? Taxpayers. Do you know when you get housing and you only have to pay like $5 a month, you know where that comes, who makes up the difference? Taxpayers.
Yes, I understand that.
I'm not letting her, Miss Levinstein,
Yes.
she's gonna have to live with her parents. And if she wants to move from where her parents live, or is there some issue that happens, then she'll have to get permission from the court. Because I can't have someone who has a 9-year-old the 9-year-old can't support themselves. So what I have before me is a person who uses drugs, doesn't work, and has a 9-year-old. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to sentence her to 6 years prison, suspended and probated for 6 years, $1,000 fine that will be probated, taking into consideration NIMAG number 624372, $60 restitution for laboratory testing. There's to be no contact with Joshua Lee Zimmerell, intensive outpatient treatment with probation, 120 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if she provides proof that she's completed the COVID vaccination. Again, I'm not forcing anyone to do the vaccination, but if she does, 40 of those hours will be deducted. Going to do the UA hotline. There's going to be parenting classes. I'm going to want field visits 3 times per month. There's going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person if she cannot. You're going to get a job. There's going to be employment within 15 days. My understanding, I see signs all over town saying they're accepting people to come in and work. And here's the thing, when you have a child and your child is dependent on you financially, no job should be too good for you to take. So you're going to get employed within 15 days. There's going to be no employment as a home healthcare provider or any employment with children.
Okay.
There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors, and that includes her child. And when I say no unsupervised contact, this Joshua Zimmerell person that she was using drugs with, he is not to be an adult as a part of the chaperone.
Okay.
Is there anything else that you need from me in order to be successful?
No, ma'am. I just need to know. Well, he is calling me on my other number. He called me twice yesterday and the day before.
Well,
He had
that's,
somebody
you know
call
what?
him.
That's what they have on cell phones for, where you can block a number.
Well,
That's
he
what
had
that's
somebody
for.
call, yes, but I haven't talked to him in 7 months. He called me
Yeah.
just a few days ago,
Oh, yeah,
So-
okay. Well, that's what blocking numbers are for.
but it's a conference call. It's not showing.
Well, that's how we can change our numbers. All
Okay.
right, we're off the record. And Ms. Brubaker, I really, well, I don't want to say I hope, but make sure that you're taking an inhaler because you need it for asthma or something, and not
Yes, ma'am.
because you're taking it for other reasons.
No, I take them both from the doctor.
I'm going to send you to number 2. And Ms. Livingston, you can go to number 2 or you can be excused. Are you attempting to use checks that don't belong to you?
Because I need him. I know I should have done it. I was wrong. Shouldn't have done it. I wasn't really thinking it through at the time.
Nope, let me just tell you, you were thinking it through, because your name on this check, it says paid to the order of, and it has your name there. So when you get this check, you see that it's not yours. You write your name in the pay to order, you date it, you even put the amount in it, and then you had to write out the amount. So you took time to write out $950 and then sign it. So again, why are you taking things that don't belong to you?
I found it. I found it.
I can't hear you.
I found it.
So you're saying you found these checks, and being the upstanding citizen that you are, your thought was, oh, somebody's missing checks. Let me write my name in it and go around cashing checks.
I just.
That was your thought process?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
So again, why are you, because basically this is theft. Why are you stealing? Why are you a thief?
Because. I don't know.
Everyone is waiting with bated breath for your answer, and you need to keep your voice up. Why are you
I
stealing?
wasn't thinking at the time.
No, you weren't thinking, because it
No, I
took some
wasn't.
thought process to write. What were you thinking when you wrote your name where it says pay to the order of, and you write Marcy Martinez? What were you thinking when you were writing that?
I wasn't writing it.
Oh, so you're saying somebody saw some checks, they found them, they said, oh my gosh, this person, Marcy Martinez, let me write her name in the pay to order instead of writing my own name. Oh my gosh, let me write it for $950, and let me write $950 and no cents, so that Marcy Martinez can have this money for checks that I just found. So if you didn't write your name in this, who wrote your name? Because you just told me that you found these checks. So who wrote your name in? Who were you with who said, hey, Marcy Martinez, let me write your name into it? So who was it?
I don't know.
So now that story sounds even crazier and doesn't make any sense, because then you would have me believe that a complete stranger who doesn't know you writes your name on some checks. Ms. Casares, what's going on with your client?
Your Honor, Marcy, I've spoken to her and she does regret her actions, Judge. I think she really, was in a bad spot at the time, and she really regrets what happened, Your Honor. But when I've talked to her about it, she wanted to be able to, she's never had any other kind of felony, and she wanted to be able to get this deferred. It's for 2 years, and then try to move forward. But
She's telling me right now, a complete stranger. Well, she found some blank checks, a complete stranger, because she's saying she doesn't know who would write her name on checks. So I guess she wants me to come into her world and believe she found these blank checks, a complete stranger. Let's say hypothetically, it's Stephanie Boyd. Comes up to her and said, hey, I see you have all these blank checks. What's your name? Let me write your name in forge the other person's signature and write it for $950. Let me do that for you. That's what she's coming to me and want me to believe that.
If I could go to a breakout room, Judge, with her.
Sure.
Okay.
We're going to go back on the record. In 2021 CR 4966, State of Texas versus Marcy Rose Martinez. Did you have a chance to confer with your client, Ms. Caceres?
I did, Your Honor.
All right, so Ms. Martinez, why are you stealing? And you need to unmute, please.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Why are you stealing?
I was going through a rough time in my life and I wasn't thinking at the time. I know I made a mistake and I'll never do it again.
What does that mean you were going through a rough time in your life? Everybody's had rough times in their lives, financially, otherwise, on the brink of homelessness, but they don't steal
Yeah,
checks.
well, yeah, I know, but I know. I made a mistake, like I said.
So what's your rough time? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Because I was staying with a friend. And then we needed money. And I needed to pay rent to stay there. Because I didn't have nowhere else to stay.
I mean, I don't find your explanation satisfying to the court, but I'd accept that as such. Some people just steal. That's what they do. Sometimes they get caught, sometimes they don't get caught. All right, are you employed?
No, ma'am.
So how are you supporting yourself?
I'm trying to get a job right now.
No, but how are you supporting yourself?
I just see how I get by.
Did you have breakfast today? Did you have lunch? Are you having dinner tonight? Where are those things coming from? Because all those things cost money.
I know I'm lucky. I have some people, I've been blessed with people in my life that have helped me out.
So that's what I'm asking you. How are you supporting yourself? You don't have a job. So that means you don't have any income coming in.
I help around the house. I help around the house in any way that I can. And that's why I said I got blessed with people in my life that have helped me out like that. And I'm very appreciative for them, because without them, I don't know where I would be at.
Do you have children?
Yes.
What are their ages?
11, 8.
So 11 and 8, and what else?
and 7.
So how many children do you have total?
3.
Where are your children living?
They're with their aunt.
All right, so when's the last time you had custody of them?
It's been a while.
When you say it's been a while, how long has that been?
In 2017.
Since 2000 what?
In 17.
All right, so what have you been doing with your life that you don't have your children?
Nothing.
All right, there's a reason you don't have your children. Is it drugs? What's going on?
I'm sick. I have seizures, and I cannot. I didn't have their dad. Their dad was in prison, and it's like me being sick, and then I have seizures, and then if they're around me, like, what if something happens while I have them? You know, it's gonna still come back to me. That's why I temporarily signed my rights up, and I signed them over to my sister-in-law. But somehow it turned around and said that I abandoned my kids when I didn't, when I had a paper and we both signed it. So I knew that it wasn't gonna fall back on me, and somehow it still turned around. It still made it look like it was my fault.
Well, when they were placed with the aunt, were you paying child support?
No, ma'am.
So how are they supposed to eat?
Because she
How
gets
were they supposed to eat? You're not paying child support.
and she has my food stamp. She has the food stamp part. I gave it to her.
There's a whole lot of unpacking that needs to happen here, and it should be unpacked on the civil side. So I'm going to move on. This is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to a $1,500 fine that will be probated. 2 years deferred adjudication, parenting classes. You're going to provide a UA first thing tomorrow. So there's going to be a UA on August 27th at 9 a.m. And before I request this UA, what are the results going to be?
I'm dirty.
All right, and what have you been using?
Huh?
What have you been using?
Weed.
And what else?
That's it.
All right, you're going to get tested tomorrow. So you're telling me that's all it's going to come back for. And here's the thing about drug testing. I've done a lot of work with people who have been in the throes of their addiction. And what people will do, people will pray, please let me be negative. And if you let me be negative, I'll never use again. Sometimes whoever your higher power is, be it God or whomever it may be, the answer to that question is no. So before we waste a UA on you, are you telling this court that all it's going to be is marijuana because you're going to get tested? And if you've been using other things, it's not going to be out of your system by tomorrow. So are you telling me it's only marijuana? Because I'm trying to set conditions for you so you can be successful and hopefully you have a chance of being in your children's life. But if you're being dishonest with me, then I can't help you. So is it only going to be weed? I need a yes or no so that the record will be clear.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
that when you come up positive for anything else, we may need to file a motion to revoke. So is it going to be only weed?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I need to know if it is only going to be weed. If it is more than weed, I need to know. And know this, you are going to get tested tomorrow. And probably whatever you've been using is still going to be in your system. So weed and whatever else you've been using is going to show up. So for the last time, I'm going to ask you, and hopefully you're honest with me, are you only going to test positive for weed?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're going to do a UA tomorrow. If you don't show up for that UA tomorrow, a warrant is going to be issued. You understand? There will be no excuses. And that UA had better only be for weed. The MRT, 120 hours of community service restitution, 40 hours will be waived if you obtain the COVID vaccine. Here's the thing. I'm not requiring anybody to get the COVID. You don't want to get it, you don't have to. But if you were to get it, 40 hours will be waived. I'm going to want field visits 3 times per month, random. You're going to have employment within 30 days. And there's to be no employment as a home healthcare provider or any employment involving minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. And Ms. Casares, I'm doing that because there's something else going on with the fact that she doesn't have custody of her 3 children. I don't know what's happening with that, but I think it's more than just, I signed my rights over. I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong and proof can be brought to me and they say, you know, you're wrong, CPS wasn't involved, I will apologize and we will move on. But there's something else that's going on here when you have 3 children and you don't have custody of any of them. You haven't paid child support for any of them. And then she's here on fraudulent use or possession of identifying information. And she's saying her food stamps are going there. I don't even know why she would be receiving food stamps when she doesn't have children with her. So no unsupervised contact with minors. CPS compliance if applicable. regular Zoom reporting or in person. So if something happens and you can't report by Zoom, you need to do it in person. And I'm going to want random UAs. That's if she's negative for anything other than weed. If she's positive for weed, then the test for levels. Rebecca, is there anything else that she needs?
No, ma'am.
Ms. Martinez, is there anything else that you need from the court in order to be successful on this probation?
No, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Martinez, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Martinez, here's the thing. You're going to have to support yourself. And by support yourself, what I mean is you need to be responsible for your own food, your own living arrangements. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to send you to a breakout room, and I'm going to send you to breakout room. All right, if you drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Dirty.
And what are you going to be dirty for?
We
All right, how often are you smoking?
about like once a blunt a day.
And who do you live with?
My mother-in-law.
All right, do you have
Mother-in-law.
children?
One children, I have one on the way.
All right, how old is your child?
10.
And do you live with your child? Are they at the residence?
Yes.
When's the last time you had employment?
It's been a while.
So how did you have money to go to a sports bar to drink? Because they're saying you were intoxicated in the middle of the street. That's why they were called for a welfare check.
I was in the parking lot. I was in the middle of the street.
All right, so how did you have funds to go to a bar and have alcohol if you're unemployed?
I had asked for money. I had borrowed some money that time
From who?
from my mother-in-law.
All right, so this is what I don't understand. You're an adult male. Don't you feel some kind of way that you have to go to your mother-in-law? She's already letting you live with her. And obviously you and her daughter keep having children that you financially can't take care of. So she's having to financially take care of children. Living with the fact that you all keep having children as though you don't know where babies come from. And then you're asking to borrow money from her and you're getting intoxicated. That could have been
It
money
was
for
just
your
a period of
10-year.
time I was going through a moment in my life. So right now I'm just trying to do better. And my lady does work. So we do not live off the mother-in-law,
You do.
but my girl takes care of me. We're a couple, we've been together for 12 years. So, you know, it's a thing we got for each other.
Well, that's a thing that I guess she is tolerating that. Sometimes people accept things, but you need to have employment. Because
Yeah,
what are you-
but how can I get employment if I don't got the right, nowadays people just go by judgment. They want to judge you for everything.
Oh, no, there are plenty of places that you can get employment at. Nobody's going to judge you at KFC. They just want to know, are you going to be to work on time?
Yeah,
to
but is
cook
a
the
work,
chicken?
is a pay good enough for you to live?
Well, guess what?
And nowadays they don't even pay you enough to pay your rent to go
Okay.
shop in the grocery. So it's hard to live in this world like that.
You're right. So let me ask you this.
Especially when you don't got a car or when you gotta get around.
Mhm.
It makes life harder on you, especially when you don't got no parents. I grew up all myself in my life,
Mhm.
you know?
So let me ask you this. If you have all those stumbling blocks in your life where you say it's hard to get a job, you can't get around because you don't have a vehicle, because I guess via is too good for some people, and you can't get a job because people are judging you, then why do you keep bringing children in the world that you financially cannot support?
If that's how you feel, that's how you feel.
No, I mean, that's a fact. You are bringing children into this world. You don't have any money to provide them with clothing. Obviously, the person that you're with is financially taking care of your children. You are not. The grandmother is giving you a place to stay, and you're borrowing money from her to go to a bar. Those are the facts. So, what's your mother-in-law's name?
Angie, I already don't know too much. My girl's right there. She could tell you about her mother.
Oh, let's bring her up. Hello. Hi, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. Keep your voice up so the court reporter can hear. All right, can you state your name for the record?
Gabriela Montes.
Gabriela Montes. So are you and Mr. Alzando married?
Not bad. 2 years. Oh, it was in 2020. We worked in the same company. So 20 years.
So you worked in the same company in 2020? So why did he no longer work there?
I really
At
don't,
that time, I was going through issues with myself.
I really don't remember, but I mean, he does like side jobs, I guess you could say, here and there.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for giving me some insight. All right, he can come back.
Judge, I believe basically just the evaluation that Dr. Smith made, I think there's probably the court can become cognizant of the fact that why he's unable to be employed. He kind of, with his bipolar situation, it's just kind of difficult for him to be able to probably hold jobs.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. There's to be no contact with 210. Sorry. There's to be no contact with 210 Sports Bar located at 1946 Southwest Military Drive, San Antonio, Texas, 78221. There's going to be a mental health evaluation and a TAP evaluation in custody. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. 6 years deferred adjudication. Follow all TAP recommendations. There's going to be a $2,000 fine. The court will probate the fine.
Thank you, Judge.
There's to be restitution, if any, to the city of San Antonio and cause number 720320. There's going to be 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once parenting classes are completed, 100 hours of community service will be waived. There's to be no contact with Angela Del Rio and Gabriela Montes or 51 Story Wood.
How if I live there?
And that's San Antonio, Texas, 78213. There's going to be proof of employment within 45 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Probation, is there anything else? Yes. Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. And you can see if he needs a place to stay with his drug history, he can stay at Lifetime Recovery. Make sure that you stay in communication with probation. If you feel as though they're not addressing any issues, you can always come back to the court. Good luck to you.
Judge, wait a minute. As far as addressing the issue, as far as no contact with Ms. Del Rio or Ms. Gabriela, he's been living there for the last 10 years. I mean, it's just going to be kind of difficult for him to be out of that location.
Oh, that's why I ordered Lifetime Recovery.
But wouldn't it be better just for him to continue living there because he's employed?
No. So we'll see where we are after he completes Lifetime Recovery.
Lifetime recovery is how long of a process?
It depends on your client. Sometimes it's 90 days.